Thanks for choosing to watch this Start Card tutorial video. My name is Buffy Madrigal Adams, and I am the licensing specialist in the well construction section for the Oregon Water Resources Department. If you feel pretty confident already with your ability to e-file a Start Card, however, you would like more assistance with the mapping tool, then feel free to fast forward to roughly the 12-minute mark, and that way you can skip the introductions. All right, let's get started. Let's start by finding the Oregon Water Resources homepage. All right, here's the homepage right here. Let's click on that. And you'll see 4 photos across the middle of the screen. We're going to go to groundwater and wells. And then from there, we will click on resources for well constructors. This is a good page to have bookmarked. Everything you need as a well constructor is located here. Let's look on the left navigation panel, and we are looking for e-file Start Card. Let's click there. And we're going to talk about this screen before we log in. So first of all, you must be a current licensed bonded well constructor to e-file a Start Card. If you need to set up a password, I'm your contact person for that. Also, there is a $1 transaction fee for new construction, deepening, and conversions. If you know that you're going to be purchasing several Start Cards, it's fine to do many at once. That way you'll just be paying $1 for several instead of $1 per Start Card. Also, the screen will share with you any important information that you should be aware of. For example, it's letting you know that the Start Card fee increased to $350, and that started on January 1st, 2022. And there's also a link to House Bill 2145 on this page. Now, normally I would log in here, but I am going to go ahead and use our testing version, which looks very similar. As you can see, this is the test. This is the regular that you use as a well constructor. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here using my license number and my password. Log in. So this will be the first screen that you see, and we're going to start by dissecting the screen. Let's go to the upper right hand corner, Main. If you click Main, regardless of where you are within the e-file application, it will pop you back to this screen. If you hit return, it will go back one page. We haven't gone anywhere yet, so we're still on this page. If you click on Contact Us, you will have access to a staff directory of services, and also the regional offices and water masters directory. Let's go ahead and close out of that. And the most important button up here in the upper right hand corner is the help button. So you could see here are the topics for which you can find help. For example, if you were wanting to request a refund, you click there. It's got screenshots. It can show you how to do that. If you wanted to, if you had troubles with a map, click Understanding the Map, and there's lots of tips and tricks on getting the map to work right. And I will go ahead and just leave this tab open here, just in case I have troubles while I'm e-filing. I can easily pop over here and look up the information. So let's go back to the Start Card, right? We've taken care of this corner. Now let's go ahead and look and see what we have here. First is File a Start Card. We'll get to that in just a moment. Second is Manage e-filed Start Cards, Request Refund, Transfer, Void. I'm going to click there, and you'll see a list of your Start Card numbers here, and you can change. So I have Start Cards listed on 3 different screens, and you can change the number of the screen by clicking the numbers at the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and choose, let's see here. start card 1043776. I'm going to select. And you'll see this is for an abandonment. And let's see, I'm going to say that the client has canceled that project. So I don't need the start card anymore. So I can go down here and click void. Had this been a start card that had a fee associated with it, like new construction, I would have had two other choices down here. One would be request a refund, and the other would be to transfer the fee from this start card to a different start card. The cancel button will actually take you out of this area. So let's say, oh, I chose the wrong start card. I didn't mean to void this one. I meant to void a different one. So if you click cancel, that is going to take you back to the page you just came from, and I'll just let you know that the action was canceled. Now let's go ahead and go back to the main screen. Here we are. And now we're on to start card reports, view and print start cards. When you click here, you will see that the default query is start cards with pending well logs. So these will be start cards where you haven't submitted the well report yet. That's the default. If you would rather see all your start cards with filed well logs, then click here. I'm just going to go ahead and click on all start cards for the license. And from the screen, you will see that you can see the well log from here, and you can also view and print a start card. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to click, I want to look at start card 1051657, and to do that, I need to click data. And now you will see here is the start card. And if I wanted to go ahead and print from here, I can do a Control P. I choose my printer, and then you can make any adjustments here. I usually deselect these two items. It just looks cleaner to me, but of course you can do it any way that you prefer. Okay, let's cancel that. We're not going to print right now. And let's go back to main, where you can also find the privacy policy, the refund policy, and the fulfillment policy, which you can read at your leisure. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on filing a start card. So back here, file a start card, click there. You will see the start card form, which is right here. And then you'll see the shopping carts on the left-hand side. We'll get to the shopping cart in a minute. Let's go ahead and start by completing the e-file online start card form. So we're just going to go in order. So we're going to start with our owner information. Some of you might notice that is the Water Resources address there, 725 Summer Street. Okay, we have our landowner information in here. Had this landowner had a company, you could also include the company name there as well. Let's go down to type of work. For these types of work, a fee is required, and for these types of work, no fee is required. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to choose new construction. There we go. Had this been a deepening, you would need to enter in either the original start card number or the original well label number as required by rule and statute. All right, the next section is water rights. You may never use this water rights section. Not all wells drilled have water rights associated with that property. But let's say, for example, that this property does have a water right. You would get that information from the landowner. If you weren't sure of that information, you could do a search here at the Water Rights Information System. That will take you out to do a search. You could click here, Water Rights Customer Service. By clicking here, that allows you to send an email to the Water Rights Customer Service team. In order to show you how this works, let's go ahead and put in one example. So our file type is going to be permit. That populates with a G. And for the file number, I'm going to put in 13193 and then do a search. And let's say, yes, this is it. This is the water right I was looking for. I would then hit select. And then you can see it pops that in right up here. But we are not going to have a water right, but you can see that's how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that out. Clear that out. Okay, now we are on to construction. We need to indicate what is our proposed commencement date. Remember, start cards should be submitted before you start the construction. I'm going to go ahead and pick a date out here in the future. Let's say January 30th. I'm going to go ahead and start construction. I think it's going to be about 300 feet deep, and this is a 6-inch hole. Now we're on to use. You can see we have several different choices. We are going to say this is a domestic use well by clicking there. Now the proposed well location. I'm going to go ahead and say that the well is located at the landowner's mailing address. So to do that, I can just click use above address, and it will go ahead and fill that in for me. So now I have the Summer Street address in there. So one way to make the map would be to take this address, do a Control C and then a Control V into the find an address at the top of the map. I've done that and it's shown me, here you go, 725 Summer Street. It's made a little mark for me right there. But I don't like this map. To me, I'm not quite sure where I put the well. I can't tell from this map. So I'm going to go ahead and change the base map. And that looks a little better. I can see the courtyard better. And that's where the well is going to be placed. So I'm going to take my mouse. I'm going to point to where the well is located, where I anticipate the well being located, and I'm going to click it. And when you click your mouse, it's going to insert a red X on that spot where you propose to construct the well. Now you've got this red X. You'll look up here. It has given you the lat long for that X. From there, you're going to click Calculate TRS. So now you have the X that you put on the map with your mouse, which gave you a lat long. Then you chose Calculate TRS, which it did. So now you know you're in 7 South, 3 West, Section 23, Northwest quarter of the Southwest quarter in Marion County. But you will need to include the tax lot number. So we're just going to say it's 100. There we go. So that is one way to make the map. But what if you don't have a physical address? You're kind of, a rural location. Let's try something different. So first, we're going to clear location description. Anytime I want to make a change to the map, you want to go ahead and click this button. If you don't, it could cause problems. So don't forget, clear location description. Now I'm going to say I don't have an address, but I do have a lat long. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a lat long here. Let's see. Okay. And then I'm going to click zoom to. So it's taken the lat long that I put in and it's created an X for me. Great. So maybe I'm not sure if that's in the right spot. So I want to go ahead and look. Oh yeah, that looks right to me. So I've got my X, I've got my lat long, but I don't have the TRSQQ. So you need to calculate that. And now you have a lat long that you put in, which gave you an X, and then you calculated the TRSQQ. You're in Township 5 South, Range 6 West, Section 20, Southwest quarter of the Northeast quarter in Yamhill County. Let's see, and then you would put in a tax lot number. Okay, let's try another way of using the map. So again, clear location description. And let's say all you had was the TRS. Let's say you had 7 South, 3 West, Section 10. And we're going to zoom to that. Great. So see how it zooms you with a 10 right in the middle? So you can look out for your quarters. And I'll say, oh, it's probably be better if I had that other base map. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so now I can kind of zoom in a little bit. All right, and so as I zoom in and I see, oh, okay, here we go. And then I'm going to click here. Sometimes you have to click twice. And now I have an X and I have a lat long. But you'll see it's taken out the TRS, but that's okay because we will just calculate it. There. So now we have a lat long, an X, and a TRSQQ, but don't forget the tax lot. All right, so I'm going to go ahead actually and clear the location description again because I want it to be the right one. But anyway, that's a good way to see. You can use the map if you only have coordinates, if you only have a township range section, or if you only have an address. You can find a way to create a map. So let's clear location description. I'm going to go back up here and do what I did before. Control C, Control V. And I'm going to go ahead and put in my X right here. Gave me my lat long. So let's get the TRS in tax lot. Okay, there we go. So now I would like to add that to my cart. If I was on a project, let's say you're doing monitoring wells and you're going to have several start cards for the same project, you can then create multiple start cards using this first one as a template. But this is a situation where it's just one well for this project, just a domestic well. So I'm going to go ahead and hit add to cart. If you hit cancel, everything goes away. So let's hit add to cart. And what happens is you'll see all your information has left this form here, and now it is located over here in your shopping cart. And it shows that your start card number is 1059154. If this had been a start card for an abandonment, then you would have seen your start card land in this shopping cart. Well, actually, this isn't a shopping cart. It's more just a holder until you hit submit, because this is where they go when there's no fees. All right, so we want to select, which we've done. We've selected our start card, and now we want to check out. We want to pay for it. So remember, the screens might look a little bit different because I am in the testing area. So I have all of my information in here, but I will need to enter in a phone number and an email address so that you can get the receipt. Then you will enter your credit card information. And I have a dummy credit card number here, and then you hit continue. And then from here, you're going to have to enter this information so that they know that you are not a robot. And click make payment. Of course, I'm in the staging area, so it's actually not going to follow through to the receipt. You see, I get an error message up here on top. But had I been able to go through, eventually you would have received an email receipt. And so that is how you e-file a start card. As a final comment, errors may occur during the submission of your start card. This happens primarily in situations where either your Wi-Fi signal is subpar or perhaps the Water Resources Department server is not cooperating. When this type of glitch happens, it makes it look as if your start card has simply vanished. But no worries, please give me a call and I will retrieve your start card for you and put it back in your shopping cart so you can complete your purchase. Thanks again for choosing this video and have a great day.